Live.
Live from the New England seacoast and sunny Mexico, it's time for Channel Reviews. Please welcome your fabulous hosts, Mr. D. Nimmin and Daniel Batal.
Man, that band sounds tight today. Whew. I don't know how much we're paying them. What we need to pay them more.
That just happened. Daniel, how you doing? You ready to get into some reviews today? Because we've changed the game. In fact, we've gamified this show.
We have totally gamified this. We're doing something very different here today. Those of you who may have come to our channel reviews previously, we're doing something a little different. What we're going to be doing is using some of the Streamyard features that actually are available to us now and turn the entire review session into a game show. What will happen is D is going to give you a word that you'll need to type into the chat. And one of the features in StreamYard will automatically randomize anyone who has typed that into the chat, and it will pull that term up. And this is the way we're going to play it. Once you've typed it in, and you don't need to type it in several times. It ignores any multiple entries. So type it in once, and it will find you. It'll pull someone randomly up. If you think that your channel is deserving of a review and some advice, what will happen is we're going to spin a wheel, and you get 3 strikes on your channel, and we move on to the next contestant. So either you get 3 things right. This is a little tricky. We're going to pull up, spin the wheel. If you get 3 right, you're a winner, and we'll move on. If you get 3 strikes, we move on to the next channel. And at the end of this, we got to explain, at the end of this, we have a giant wheel. All of our winners will be entered into the final wheel of doom, where we're going to actually pick a winner who will be awarded either some license upgrades or some free merch. We've got some stuff depending on your geographical location and what we can award you. So this is going to be a lot of fun today, D.
Man, we've got a lot to do, a lot of channels to go through, because a lot of people say on our previous streams, you're not getting through enough people. So we're randomizing this, and we are going to power through a ton of channels today. And look, all we're going to do is ask you to type in a word. It's going to randomize the word, just like Daniel said, and we're just going to pull people random. So literally, every single person in here has a fair chance. But when we say type in the word, type in the word. There's your chance. That's all you have to do.
All right, I think we should all take a moment to say a silent prayer and see if we can get through this without making too many mistakes. You ready? Okay. Let's play this game, shall we?
All right, so the first word, if you want a chance to get your channel pulled up to get reviewed, and by the way, we're doing this a lot today, the word is the yard. I don't know if you guys can see this or not in the chat. I want to make sure this is actually large enough for everyone to see this.
So no spaces, T-H-E-W, T-H-E can't spell. See, I would fail. I wouldn't be able to be a contestant. Y-A-R-D.
There's no space.
The yard. No space. The yard.
You got it. I just want to make sure. Yep, everybody seems like everybody can see it. Oh, and they're coming in. And there's no space between the and the yard. It's just one.
So if you put it in with a space, type it in again without the space so you can be entered in here.
I knew that was going to cause some confusion right out of the gate by putting 2 words in there.
There we go.
All right, so we're going to move quickly through this. So I'm just going to go ahead and start collecting the comments. And by the way, the tool that we are using is the StreamYard giveaway tool. And if you're using StreamYard, you can use this yourself by going to streamyard.com/giveaway. So we're going to start the draw. Daniel, you want to roll the drums?
Let's do this. There we go. Nashville Travel Concierge.
All right. So Nashville Travel Concierge. So what's going to happen is Daniel's going to pull up your channel right now. Then we're going to load up what's called the YouTube Wheel of Best Practices, where the wheel is automatically going to pick the thing that we're going to look at with your channel. So Daniel, you let me know when you got them. We'll pull them right up and get started on the channel review. And for those of you who did not win, don't worry. As soon as we get through this channel, we're going to put another word into the chat, and then we're going to move on to the next channel review, so on and so forth.
Fantastic. So we have the channel here. Let's share that up. So this is Nashville Travel Concierge. So as Dee said, what we're going to do, usually we would start going through this channel and giving some opinions on certain things that we think you can improve or things that you might be missing. But today, we're going to let the wheel decide. So let's go over to our YouTube wheel of best practices, and we're going to spin that wheel. You ready?
This is all automatic. We don't control this.
Clear value proposition. Let's take a look at this channel and let's say, does this channel have a clear value proposition? When we say clear value proposition, we mean if someone, a viewer comes by your channel at a glance, can they completely understand what this channel is about? Meaning, what's the niche, who the target audience might be, and why they would want to watch this channel as opposed to any other channel they might get served in any given watch session. So Dee, let's take a look at this. Nashville Travel Concierge. I would say it's maybe a travel channel, but he's got guitars and music furloughed. What are you seeing here, Dee?
I'm a little confused with the messaging up here, Daniel.
I've got some music. I've got some, I don't know, Dee. I'm saying that this is not a clear value proposition.
By that, he means that we're not 100% sure. I'm not even 50% sure what's happening on your channel here. So for a clear value proposition, red X,
strike one.
Delay there. Strike one. All right. Now, for a clear value proposition, because we don't actually know what's going on with your channel, so if you are helping people travel through Nashville, just a short little sentence to tell people, your target viewer, what your channel is about. Maybe you're helping travelers find the best bars in Nashville or the best live music venues in Nashville. Whatever that is, put a little statement up there letting the viewer know exactly what it is that's happening on your channel and what's in it for them.
Absolutely.
Spin that wheel again.
Let's get back to that wheel. End screens. Let's see if this channel is using end screens in their content to help drive more views over to other content that's also on their channel. Let's pull, let's see.
Make sure it's not a short.
That's a short. Let's see, this is a longer video. Let's go right here and let's see, there would be a white circle in the upper right that would, I'm talking cards. Let's go to the end. Let's see if we get to the end. There we go.
We
do have end screens, Dee.
All right, way to go.
There we go, so 1 and 1. Let's go back to the wheel.
Spin that baby.
Up, clear value proposition. Spin it again.
Spin it again.
See, I knew it was going to be cards. I was just being a little bit, my ESP. I was seeing into the future. Are they using cards? And I'm going to go, I think we've already answered this. I'm going to choose a different video. All right. I'm going to give you a clear shot here. Let's look at a different video and let's find out if you are using cards maybe in some of your videos. I would see a white dot in the upper right telling me that you are using cards to link to other content. And unfortunately, I don't see you using cards in this particular video or the other one that came before it. Strike two.
No cards.
So listen, using cards and end screens are really important because one of the things that YouTube looks at is to make sure that, content that you put on the platform is driving views to other content, because one of the most important things that any one of you guys can do out there as a content creator, when someone is watching your video, you want them to watch as much of it as possible. But the next most important thing that you can do to really start growing your channel quickly is get that viewer to watch another piece of content. So don't skip out on the areas that we control as creators to actually help drive those viewers to another piece of our own content. Does that make sense, Dee?
That makes total sense, Daniel.
All right.
Let's spin that wheel one more time.
Let's spin this wheel one more time. Link in the description. Now let's take a look at one of the videos from the Nashville Travel Concierge, and what we would like to see in a perfect world is a link in the description, preferably above the show more. But I'm going to give you a little space here because you're on 2 strikes already. Let's see if you have any other links in the description that push towards more content. When we say link in the description, we're really talking about pushing towards more YouTube content. It's fine to have links sending people all over the place, nice. But if you're trying to grow a channel, you want to make sure that you have a link in the description to more of your own content.
Do we see it?
Let me see.
I can hear the video there.
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Scrolling down.
I'm actually getting a repeat. I'm getting your signal.
Getting my signal.
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm getting a little delay in here. I'm not seeing. Let me see.
Is he linking out to any other content in there?
I'm not really seeing it. I'm going to have to say it's not here.
You don't see it?
I think that's strike 3. I'm not really seeing any content that's being linked out to another piece of content.
There you go. Let's talk about why this is important.
Well, that's strike 3, and unfortunately, that means that we're going to have to move on to another channel.
Yeah, moving on to the next channel, and the reason why we're looking for a link in your description is because this is an excellent opportunity to send people off to watch another piece of content. A great rule of practice here, a great rule of thumb is to link out to a piece of content that's relevant to the content that they just watched. For example, if someone came to my channel and I have a video that taught them how to live stream with their iPhone, then I might link them out to another video talking about the best live streaming accessories for an iPhone. It's going to increase the likelihood that they are going to click and go on to watch another video.
Yeah, that's really important. It's super important to make sure that we're always trying to drive those viewers towards more of our own content, because what that does, it gets more of that content into that viewer's recent watch history and improves the chances of your content being recommended more frequently to those viewers in the future. Just two really simple tricks that can help grow your channel more rapidly and improve your recommended reach. So Dee, let's get another word that people can drop into the chat and we will randomize and see if we can pull up another wonderful contestant.
All right, the word we're going to pull up next is live, as in live stream. So go ahead and start typing in the word live into the chat right now. Once I see that the wall of words of live go up, we're going to run the randomizer and pull up the next channel.
I like
this is a fun tool. This is the first time I've actually used this tool.
And listen, while you guys are typing that in the chat, we've got to remind you that today's live stream is brought to you by the good people at Streamyard. And all of the functionality we're using here in this stream is inherent inside of the Streamyard platform. So if you're interested in live streaming and getting something to look the way we got our live stream looking today, make sure that you click on the links that we have down below so that you can sign up today and start live streaming using Streamyard and immediately following the show, and no sooner.
All right, let's start collecting the results here. You ready?
Let's do it.
Hit those drums.
There we go. American English with th.
It's too long. It's too big.
You know, sometimes names are a little longer. That's okay. We'll
Good luck finding that one.
This is what keeps me on my toes as the co-host of today's show.
So American English with we have no idea what.
I assume it's with this guy is what I'm going to go with.
Probably.
There it is.
So Daniel's going to pull up your channel right now. We're going to go through the exact same process that we just went through with the other channel. We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to let the wheel choose the best practices that we're going to look at with your channel. You ready, Daniel?
1 second here. Let's reset the wheel. We're good over here. And there's the channel. Let's do it.
Yep, this guy. There it is.
So this is the channel. Yeah, American English with the. I like it. You know, I like this guy better. I'm glad that you've gone with a longer channel name for this one. So this is what we're going to do. Let's go over and let's grab the wheel and let's let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at on your channel today.
Let's roll.
There we go. Custom thumbnails. Is this channel using custom thumbnails effectively so that the people who are viewing this channel are catching some of the videos out in the wild, as I like to say, just up in search, maybe dropped in suggested or in browse? Can they easily understand what that content might be about with really great optimized custom thumbnails? Let's take a peek at some of the videos. Dee, what do you think?
Let me enlarge here. Well, I love that he's putting, there you go, zoom in. I love that he's putting his face in there. I love he's got some excited faces. He's obviously really passionate about what it is that he's doing. But some of the text is a little bit difficult to read. I think the font choices that he is running with could be better. Maybe a thicker font, something that's has some more girth to it, if you will. But he's not putting a ton of text in there, which is good. Just not a fan of the actual font choice. But he's
not
doing a good
loving
job.
the font. There's a couple of issues here. One of the things you always want to be aware of, people, if you're putting text in your thumbnail and there is a timestamp, it can block the text you're using in your custom thumbnail so that you can't read that text. The lower right area is a dangerous area to live, people, if you're going to be using text. So I'm trying to see if these came across if I saw this come across my feed, would I know what this is about? Would I instantly understand? I think the English lesson is pretty obvious. Yes, they are different. I don't know that without reading the title, I don't know what that would be. I should have known. I'm not sure I know what that would be. A chew. There's definitely custom thumbnails, but do I think that this is adequately representing exactly the kind of channel and content and screaming the value proposition?
The clarity's not there.
I think we're missing the clarity.
He's putting in the work, but the clarity is not there. If
So
these were to be up there without the title, I would have no idea what's going on.
I think some of them, midweek live English classic cutoff, kind of.
So for that,
I'm sorry. I think we're going to get a strike on that one, my friend.
spin that wheel. Moving on to the next best practice.
Let's spin that wheel. Link in the description. Are you utilizing links in your description to help drive traffic to other pieces of content that people might want to see on your channel? Let's scroll down. I don't see it above the fold. When we say above the fold, we're talking about that show more. If people are actually watching your content and they on a desktop view and they scroll down, is there something there that they could go, oh, here's another piece of content? We're not gonna give you full points off for not having it above the fold, but maybe you have it below. Let's see, 50 states, advanced English listening, shadowing. This may be another one of his videos. Let's check. There it is. He does have a link in the description. So we're going to give you that one. What we would say is the only thing here, American English with this guy, I would probably tell you, try to get that up above the fold so you take full advantage of the fact that a viewer doesn't have to click that show more button to see it. So if they happen to be on desktop watching your content, they scroll down to leave a comment, boom, it's right there in their face. And it's easier for them to find that. And YouTube actually calls part of suggested traffic is links found in the description of other videos. So that's a great way to improve your suggested traffic by simply dropping links to another relevant piece of content somewhere where someone would be able to see it if they were watching the piece of content they're on now. So great job having it in your description. I would probably suggest if you could move it up though. Let's spin that wheel again, D.
Let's go.
All right, hold on a second. As soon as I can find where I'm at.
And for those of you who are just, what's that?
Does it ever have so many windows open you get confused what you're doing?
Yeah, and I just want to say before you spin the wheel, for those of you who are just joining us, we've had some people who have just come in recently. We are doing free YouTube channel reviews today. We have gamified this. Everyone has a fair chance. We're using the Streamyard giveaway tool that randomizes people out of the chat. We're going to give you a word to type in, and then Streamyard will randomly pull that up. And we're going to go through as many of these as we can today. Spin the wheel.
All right, spin it. Link in the description again. Spin that wheel.
Spin it again.
We need a bigger wheel.
We do.
Pinned comment. This goes hand in hand with the other things we're talking about. In your videos, you can actually comment on your own videos. And after you comment, if you move to the right, there are 3 little dots you'll see, and you'll have the option to pin your own comment. What we like to see is someone pin a comment that is preferably not just a silly pin anything, but actually pinning a link to another piece of content. And as I look here, there is another piece of content pinned right at the top that will always stay at the top of all the comments that come in, recommending another piece of content. And not only Are we seeing a pinned comment? But it's the exact same one that he put in the description, which is fantastic because you're giving those viewers one choice, pushing them in one direction. So if different people do different actions, someone clicks the link in the description, someone clicks the pinned comment, they all send the identical traffic signal back to YouTube saying people who watch this video tend to go on to watch this other video. So fantastic. That's super exciting. That's 2 right. If he gets one more right, he moves into our final wheel spin.
That's right.
Oh man, now I'm rooting for you because I really need to see some winners up here on the board. Let's spin that wheel.
Let her rip.
Optimized titles. Dee, explain what optimized titles are because this is tricky.
Optimized titles, well, there's a couple of different ways to look at titles, right? Depending on the type of traffic that you're going to get. One way to approach titles is to come up with a very compelling title. For example, Mr. Beast, I think, is the king of compelling titles, where he might have a title that says, last hand off the car wins the car. Right? That's a very compelling title where people are going to want to click on that to watch it. Another way to go about getting putting a title together is with a search-based title where your traffic will come from search. That's very handy if you have a utility type channel where you're making tutorials or how-to type content. If that's the case, you're actually writing your title out in a way that people would be searching to learn how to do something.
Right, so I guess what we're looking for here, knowing that his channel seems to be teaching people American English, then we would look to see, do these titles represent that value? Can we look at them and do they easily express the value of learning English reading the titles? Let's pull out the old magnifying glass so that we can see very closely what he's using. New York Advanced English Listening, midweek live English Q&A. We're right on the line. Phrasal verbs, knocked out, passed out, and live English Q&A, English lessons, 10 ways to talk about the new English. I will say this. All of these do talk about, he's using the keywords English, learning English, Q&A, improve our English, phrasal verbs, so it's part of the language. The one thing I would watch out for is this truncation. Sometimes you can get truncation. We try to put so many things in there to optimize for discovery that we're thinking search that we forget that people are reading these in a scroll because the vast majority of views on YouTube actually come from YouTube recommending content in places like browse and suggested. So you always want to make sure that you don't have a title that's so long that you don't understand it in just the truncation. So I'd say this is on the line. Dee, I'm going to let you make the call here, pal.
Man, you know what? How's he doing? How's the channel doing overall?
Channel overall,
are they working for him? Are they working for him?
Well, you know, we're looking at, he's got almost 5,000 subscribers. Congratulations on that. Yeah, he's got 300 views, 400 views, 500 views, 535. So in the last few weeks, he's consistently driving over 500, 600 views on his content.
See, some of those are good. You know, how to talk bad, how to talk bad like in English, how to speak better English at an American. I'm going to give it to him.
I think we have to.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to him.
I think that's fantastic.
And that's 3, so he moves on.
So congratulations, we have our first winner today, and that is learning our American English with the. Let's we are entering you into the final wheel spin of the day. One winner, man, Dee. I like this new format. I think.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and we just had a lot more people just come in. So what's going to happen is we are going to have everybody type a word into the chat. StreamYard is going to randomize the winner. Then that channel actually gets pulled up. We spin the wheel to find the best practices to look at your channel. If you can get whichever comes first, three strikes or 3 wins, you'll either be disqualified or you'll move into the next category. Somebody today is going to win, depending on where you are in the world, either some StreamYard merch or an upgraded license or a license to StreamYard.
This is
depending
fantastic.
on where you are.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to the next word. The next word is...
Well, let's explain for anybody who just joined what Dee's going to do. He's going to put a word right here. All you need to do is type the exact word into the chat, and the randomizer is going to pull that up and choose someone based on having typed that into the chat. So the word that Dee types in here, all you do is put that in the chat as well, and StreamYard will do the rest. It will pick the next contestant.
The next word is thumbnails. Thumbnails, as in YouTube thumbnails. So if you want your channel reviewed, type the word in thumbnails, and we're going to run the randomizer here in just a moment, and Streamyard is going to choose the winner, and we're going to pull up the next channel. I see Justin Brown Primal Videos in here. How's it going, Justin?
Justin, good to see you, my friend.
Nick Nimmin, how you doing, sir?
Nick, the executive producer of our show.
The executive producer of the show. All right, let's roll this thing. Daniel, you ready?
I am ready.
Roll them. What is it going to be?
That's so nerve-wracking.
Please be Justin Brown. Please be Justin Brown. Beanie draw.
Beanie draws. Oh, boy.
Wow, Beanie has been a community member for a very long time. I know Beanie has gone back and forth with his different thumbnail styles since I've known him. He's tried really colorful ones. He's tried black and white ones. So I'm really looking forward to, I know Beanie's thumbnails look good. I don't know about his titles, but I know his thumbnails look good.
Well, let me find his channel really quickly here, and we can pull up our Wheel of Doom. We need a better, what are we calling this wheel, Dee? We need to name this wheel. The Wheel of Opportunity. I think that's what it is. Because if you win, then, there's opportunity. So this is Beanie's channel right here, but we're not going to decide what it is we're looking at today. We're going to let the wheel decide. Let's spin that wheel. Optimized titles. Mr. Beanie Draws, do you have optimized titles in your content that makes it easy for the viewer to understand quickly what it is that video might be about? Let's check it out. What do we got here? This drawing tip will help you lighten your pencil. Okay. Godzilla versus Kong cartoon. This is a short. Get back into drawing after a long time. Boy, that's a great title right now. We know Beanie is an artist, and he draws specifically mostly dinosaur content, but he's also teaching people how to draw these things that he draws. So it's like an art lesson and really cool, dinosaur graphics that he draws himself. The quickest and easiest way to draw better dinosaurs.
I don't know, but if you see that, see a doctor and get rid of it.
We should get a strike.
I don't know what that is.
We just got our own strike for being able to pronounce dinosaur names. That's a lot. We failed. Speed drawing T-Rex versus a Carnotaurus. Boy, I got to tell you, I can't say the words, but I'm going to say that these are absolutely well-optimized titles.
Yeah,
that is a win across the board. Yeah. Fantastic. So let's grab that wheel again and spin it. Well done, Beanie. You are a man among men.
Yeah. Man among dinosaurs.
Among dinosaurs.
What do we got?
Cards. Is Beanie using cards to help drive that viewer onto more content on the channel while they're watching any specific piece of content that they might be served during a watch session? So let's go right up to his most recent. We're going to start there. Let's see what we got. I'm seeing, do we see a white circle in the upper right? Is there a card in here anywhere? Let's open up one more piece of content see. I am not seeing a card in here, Dee. Do you see anything?
I don't.
That's a strike, Beanie.
That's a strike, Beanie.
We're sorry.
Come on, Beanie.
We don't want you to go extinct here, Beanie. It's my dinosaur.
All right, spin the wheel. Moving on. Moving on.
Let's grab that wheel. Did we do titles?
Spin it. We did. Spin it again.
Whoop, hold on. We'll get this right. I'll get my sync in down yet. I'm still working it out. All right. And custom thumbnails. Custom thumbnails.
Oh, we know he's got his thumbnails.
Boy, I got to tell you.
We just give it to him already because we know he's got
Just give him the thing, right? Boy, I tell you, if anyone can draw a decent thumbnail, put together a decent thumbnail, take a look at some of the things that Beanie has done. Let me quickly just go to his videos tab. Beanie makes some of the most interesting thumbnails. Like Dee was saying, sometimes they're colorized, sometimes they're black and white. He really tests out different approaches, sometimes with a lot of text that really pop. And he spends a lot of time, I know this, he spends a lot of time trying different things to really see what connects best. And I got to tell you, he is just on point when it comes to thumbnails. So really well done. So that's, we've got 2 wins here. Dad jokes. Yeah, I know. Sorry. I apologize. You're going to get some with me.
We got to keep it clean. We got to keep it clean.
No. This is a family show. All right, so we've got 1 strike and we've got 2 wins so far. If Beanie gets 1 more, he'll be entered into the final wheel spin at the end of the show. So let's get that wheel going. Let's see what happens. Yep. Pinned comment. As we said before, Dee, explain to people why a pinned comment is important.
A pinned comment is important, and just like a link in your description is important. And the way it works is when you pin another piece of content, it can go out to a playlist, it can go out to a single video. When anyone goes down to leave a comment, you're going to pin that comment up at the top so everyone is going to see it. It's going to give people another opportunity to click off and go watch another piece of content. So this is one of those situations where you want to take advantage of all the tools and features that YouTube gives you to get people to watch another piece of content, and a pinned comment is a great place for that. Now, I do want to add one caveat there.
Yes.
That if your goal is to generate leads, right? Maybe you have a website and your goal is to not grow a YouTube channel. Your goal is to collect leads or to send people to your business. Then that would be a great place to actually put a link out to do so that way. But if your goal is to grow your YouTube channel, that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, I've looked at the last one. He did have a pinned comment, but it was more speaking to his community. I came to this video. I'm looking to see if he has a pinned comment, and he doesn't, though I do see Mr. Paul Peck there, one of the production assistants on our own show here, keeping the set alive, making sure the holes in the walls get fixed, because I got to be honest with you, I get frustrated sometimes. I'm not afraid to punch right through a wall when I've had a bad day, and that's why we have Paul Peck around. So let me try. I'm going to go one more. Let's look at one more video and see if he's got a pinned comment. Anywhere over here. Come on, Beanie. Wait, did I put, is Paul Peck the only guy who always rises to the top of a Beanie Draws piece of content? I am not seeing pinned comments here, Mr. Beanie Draws. That's actually our second strike,
is
right?
That 2?
That's 2 strikes.
Oh, okay.
So we're at 2 strikes, 2 wins. Boy, the stakes get really high here in this game show. I got to tell you, I didn't know it's going to be so stressful. So
spin
2 wins. So the next spin of wheel is going to decide the fate of Mr. Beanie Draws. Let's spin that wheel. Optimized playlist. Dee, tell the people what an optimized playlist might look like and why those might be important.
An optimized playlist is important because it gives people the opportunity to binge watch your content. You are grouping your content together for the viewer and organizing them in a way where it makes sense for somebody to watch one video and then they go watch another video, so on and so forth. For example, if Beanie were to make a playlist of how to draw Tyrannosaurus Rex, he could build video after video after video, or he could go even more specific and draw with a pencil only. So he can make a playlist of drawing dinosaurs with pencils or with a tablet or with ink. And,
and look at right here on his homepage. I don't have to look any further than the homepage of Beanie's actual channel, where he has Spinosaurus drawing tutorial collection. If Spinosaurus is your favorite dinosaur to draw, then you're going to love this playlist featuring every single drawing tutorial I've done featuring the Spinosaurus. That is an optimized playlist, my friends. And that is a 3rd win for our friend Beanie Draws, who is now going to be entered into our final spin of the day. That's fantastic.
Is that the 3rd win?
That is the 3rd win.
Of that.
Yeah, that's the 3rd win.
All right.
I hope so. I am 54 years old, people, and sometimes I might lose track, but that's okay. Yeah, that was 3. That was the 3 optimized titles. He had great thumbnails, and he has a fantastic playlist. So that's 3 wins. Congratulations, Beanie. We love it when people win here on the show. It's very exciting. But let's get back to that wheel and see what we can. Oh, we have to get back to the randomizer and put something in the chat.
Right. So the next word or letters that we're going to type in is CTR, which stands for click-through rate. Your click-through rate is a metric that YouTube gives you to let you know how your thumbnails perform. It's actually called impressions click-through rate. Impressions means the number of people who actually see your thumbnail, and the click-through rate percentage is the actual percentage of people who saw it and clicked on the thumbnail. So if you want your channel pulled up or get a chance to get your channel pulled up, type in CTR into the chat right now. And we're going to randomize this starting right now. Daniel, hit those drums. Ooh, I see Justin in there. What do we got? Charlie McGowan.
Charlie McGowan. That's fantastic.
Charlie McGowan.
That's a guy that a nice Jewish boy. I'm guessing with a name like McGowan. Isn't that
Charlie McGowan? Charlie McGowan. So Daniel's going to pull up your channel. Then we're going to spin the wheel just like we did with Beanie. We're going to go through the best practices based on what the wheel chooses for you. All of this is randomized. We don't have any control over this.
Yeah, listen, I don't want anyone out there thinking that Dee and I would in any way have an influence of the outcome of this show. This is completely left up to chance. The fates may be in your favor today. And here's Charlie's channel right here. So let's not even say a thing about it. Let's let the wheel decide what we're going to look at today. End screens. So important, end screens. So great to have them because you can push people towards another piece of content. These are streams. Let me go with something that is a little more of a edited piece of content. That's a shorter one. Let's do part 2. Oh, here's a part 2. I wonder if he has a part 1 because it would make sense if he had 1 to lead into 2. Steel coils. I was trying to see if there was a single steel. How to make a steel. This looks like the first one right here. Let me click. And let me see if we have, that's the one I'm looking for, right? End screens. If he has an end screen linking to part 2, boy, that would make a lot of sense.
He does.
There it is, right up there. Part 2, ladies and gentlemen. That is fantastic. So anyone watching this who wanted to watch the second half, Charlie McGowan has gone ahead and made sure that he's got the second part right there where anyone can spot it in an instant and say, yeah, I loved what I was seeing. I want to watch part 2. Let's get back to the wheel, D.
Spin the wheel. What do we have?
Optimized titles. All right, let's take a look.
See what he's doing. We've already explained what optimized titles are, so let's go in and see what he's doing. Pop that magnifying glass open so I can read it.
I'm going to do. Let me see here. So many tools, D.
We've got a lot of tools running today.
No, we are. We've got A4's run again through Patrick Hill Station. Now, here's one of those things where we always tell people the wheel really makes this obvious. Having a strong channel value proposition should run through every portion of your channel, your titles, your thumbnails, your channel art, so that even if we're not looking at the value proposition specifically, this is how people might find your content in the wild. They're served a piece of content, and would they understand what this is about, why they would want to watch? Is it that kind of an optimized title? Is that what we're looking? I got to remember, we said titles, right? Optimized titles that really expresses what this content is about. So someone at a glance goes, I know what that video is about. How to restore your Camaro. Let's go for A. Truncation, be careful of.
I like the how to restore your Camaro part, though.
Yep. A walk into Vine St. Patrick down memory lane. How to restore your Camaro reminder. Model rareways.
Tips.
I'm guessing it's, here's the problem I'm having. I think individually these tend to make some sense. It may be, we didn't look at this yet. We're letting the wheel decide. I'm just trying to see how to review a Lambo, BMW i8 review, how to rent a car in New Zealand, how to rent a car in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The targeting is a little weird, but I will say if I read it, I would know what those are about. How to scratch building scale structures. I would say there, one thing to be careful of, people, when you're optimizing your titles, make sure that you realize you're optimizing for real human beings, not for machines. So how to scratch building it's not grammatically correct. So make sure it would be how to build scale structures, not how to building scale structures. I always feel like sometimes people use like a keyword research tool, and because they made some weird word optimization that they got a good score that, oh, no one else is using that. Well, probably because it's not real English. Be careful about how you actually structure those titles so that they make sense to the viewer, the actual human being who might be reading it and go, I want to know what this is. This is better. How to build a model of a Scottish Highland church. I will say this, I don't think that any of this content is in alignment, but that's not what the wheel asked us. It asked us, are the titles optimized for the target? Would you understand exactly what this video is about? I'm gonna say yes here, D. I would looking at the titles. All right,
yeah,
that's a win right there. So that's 2 wins right now. So if he can get one more, he'll be moving on to the final wheel spin at the end of the show. So let's spin that wheel again. You can't win for the same thing twice.
Nope.
I mean, you could. That would be cheating. How about 3 times?
Get out of here.
Come on now.
We need somebody to make a new wheel.
Custom
There we go.
thumbnails. So let's go back. And again, when we talk about people, when we talk about custom thumbnails, what we're saying is, are these thumbnails nice and easy to understand? Can you look at them and say, I get what this is about, nice and easy? Remember that a lot of content is watched, the vast majority is watched from a mobile device. So if you're making thumbnails that have small text that's hard to read, especially on a mobile device, those aren't really optimized for the viewer. You want to have something that's simple, that reflects the messaging of the video. What's the video about at a glance? I'm going to say right here, this particular one, I would not understand what that is looking on a mobile device.
Even on a desktop, the text is too small.
Yeah,
I
that I
can't
don't
even
understand.
read it on a desktop. Same with that one.
Same one. I'm having trouble here. How to restore your Camaro. There's no picture of a Camaro. There's, it's funny, you know. Maybe it's live so that this is who was having the discussion, but you know, just we got redundant. If I saw this video and I was served this video later on, maybe one is serving a walk down Dumbarton, a walk through. These look like. Maybe it's a short pushing to a longer one, but they're identical except for the words, so that makes it tricky to know if I have watched it or haven't watched it. I'm not seeing the thumbnails really leaping out as really getting the messaging. Yeah, that's a strike. I'm sorry, my friend. Sorry to hear that.
When it comes to putting text on your thumbnail, less is going to be more, and use larger fonts that are easier to read, because the text that you're putting in your thumbnails right now is very difficult to read. Think in terms of clarity. And if you're talking about a Camaro, show the Camaro.
Yeah. And making it just easy, always ask yourself, does this make it easy for the viewer to understand exactly what the content is about without reading the title? Does it grab their attention, and does it really express what is being represented in that video? Can you see it and go, that's what it is? And there are some that are better, but I got to say, of the ones we're looking at, especially recently, looks like they need a little work. So let's get back to the wheel, and let's let the wheel decide what we're looking at next. Cards. So important. Cards. One of the 4 places. Remember, people, there are 4 places in any piece of content that you can recommend more of your content, and that is your cards, your end screens, your link in the description, preferably above the fold so people don't have to click show more to see that link, and your pinned comment. 4 places that at any point in your video you can be pushing that viewer towards another relevant piece of content that might interest that viewer. So taking advantage of those areas is really important, because that's the second most important thing you can do after getting people to watch your video, is trying to get them to watch another piece of your content. So let's open up. I'm going to go right for its most recent, and let's see. Was this a live stream? I don't think so. It says StreamYard, so this is he's using StreamYard. So I mean, that's kind of a win right there, right? that deserves some applause. But let me just find something that wasn't a live stream. How to restore? That's maybe a lot of his stuff may be live streams, but let me see this one here. Okay, so let's see. We're looking for cards in the upper right. Do I see a white circle that would represent a card? I'm not seeing one, D. Oh, man, that hurts. No one likes to see an X like that. Let's let that wheel decide what we're going to look at next. People, remember, cards, really important. There's a feature there to use it. Ignoring cards is just, it doesn't make sense. It's one of those things, you got that spot where you can put it in. The best practices recommends from YouTube that somewhere around 80% or more of the way through your video, drop a card, because the people who are hanging to the end of your video are the ones who are really engaged with your content and more likely to click a card because they like what they've seen, and they have higher potential of actually clicking a card and going on and watching another piece of your content. So use those cards. Let's spin that wheel again.
Let's go. What do we have?
Custom thumbnails. Didn't we just do that one? We did
Spin it again. Yep, we got that one.
Whoever designed this wheel, Daniel, needs to up his game.
Yep.
Optimized playlists. D, remind people why optimized playlists are important.
Optimized playlists are important because it gives the viewer an opportunity to binge watch your content, to watch one video after another video. So you group your videos together in a based on topic. So if he's talking about Camaros, it would be a great opportunity to put a playlist together where every video or live stream is talking about how to repair your Camaro. It allows the viewer to watch one video, watch another, and watch another.
And when we talk about optimized playlists, remember that playlists, just like video titles, they should have the title and a description, because you can put descriptions in your playlist to help explain to the viewer not only what that playlist is about, but why they should watch. Create a deeper conversation about the content that you're putting together and why it might interest that viewer. And as we look, I'm seeing uploads. I'm seeing model railways. That's not a bad target, but I'm not seeing any sort of a description under that one. I'm also seeing car reviews. I'm not seeing any description in that playlist. I'm seeing unboxing, which tells me very little, because I don't know what you're unboxing. If I just saw a playlist that said unboxing, doesn't tell me anything about the value proposition. Are you unboxing tech? Is it iPhones? Are you doing beauty and hair and makeup? And I'm going to see some new lipstick and things. So those aren't optimized playlists. They don't have descriptions, and they don't always speak exactly to the value proposition of the channel. So D, I'm going to say that's another strike, and that would be strike 3.
Is that 3?
That is 3, my friend. Oh,
I keep hitting the first X. I've got 3, and I keep hitting the wrong one.
Listen, folks, we're new to the game show world.
Butterfingers,
Guys like Conan O'Brien, they can retire after having thrilled audiences for years, but we're no Bob Barker. I'm sorry. Let's get right back to the Streamyard giveaway tool. And for anyone who's here who wasn't here at the beginning, Dee is going to drop a word into the match text. All you have to do is write the exact same word into the chat, and the giveaway tool is going to randomly pick someone who has put that into the chat, and you will be our next contestant on the Channel Reviews game show. So, Dee, what's the word we're going to have them put in the chat?
The word now is YouTube. Type the word YouTube into the chat. The giveaway tool here presented by Streamyard is going to randomize and look through the chat and just pull one winner out there. We're going to pull their channel out. So if you want your channel pulled up, or you want to throw your ticket in there into the hat to get a chance to get your channel pulled up, type the word in YouTube right now.
Very cool.
Here we go. You ready? Hit them drums.
I'm ready. So exciting.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
DZ Studios. Come on down.
All right, DZ Studios. So Daniel's going to look up your channel right now. And in case you're just joining us, and for those of you who are just joining us, I saw we have a little bump in views here. We randomize the viewer, then we use a spinning wheel to randomize what we actually look at on your channel.
Yep.
Did you find them?
Yeah, I've got it. You can pull this up. So here is DZ Studios. We are not going to do a thing. We are going to let our wheel decide what it is we're going to look at. Let's get that wheel going.
Spin it.
End screens. So important. As we've said, one of the big 4 ways that you can push people towards another piece of content is using an end screen. Let's go to, let me go to the videos tab. Let me go, is this a short? Nope, that's an 8-minute video. Let's see if he is using end screens. End screens. There they are. There are 2 end screens right there.
Spin the wheel. Moving on.
That's fantastic.
What do we have?
Cards.
Pick another video.
Let's see. I do see a card up in the upper right when I see that little white dot that says, that's it.
Got it.
I'm going to give it to him right there. That's a win. So fantastic. Look at that. In one video, he's already using cards and end screens to try to push people towards more of his own content. Fantastic. We love it. Wheel, tell us what we're going to look at next. Link in the description. Hey, he's already got 2 right. If he gets this one,
could be it. He's
going to move into the final round. The grand prize giveaway.
The grand prize giveaway, what we're doing is everyone who actually becomes a winner and gets 3 things that we look at and they win, they move on to another wheel spin at the end of this stream, where depending on where you're at in the world, you can either win some StreamYard merch, or you can get a StreamYard upgrade to your package, or just get a package in general. So you can go live with StreamYard.
Let's see. We've got subscribe. We've got more Lego. Let me open this up in another tab.
What do they have?
And that is, in fact, another DZ Studios. I'm going to give this to him because that is a link in the description right there to another piece of content. And congratulations, Mr. DZ Studios. You have moved on to our final spin of the wheel at the end of the show today. We'll be giving away prizes. D, let's get another word and text that we can have them drop into the chat to find our next contestant.
Okay. The next word is going to be streamer.
Streamer.
The word is streamer. So if you want your channel pulled up or you want a chance to get your channel pulled up, type the word streamer into the chat right now. And the Streamyard giveaway tool is going to randomize the results, and we're going to choose somebody that way. As soon as I can see a bunch of them coming in. Oh, wow, the wall of streamers just came in.
I know. I know.
I love
Lord
it.
knows
Here
we
go.
love us some streamers, right?
Yep.
You ready?
Yep, hit it. Hit the...
Come on, let's see. Where's our winner?
Who's it going to be?
There we go. Loki's Burden. Wow. Loki, that's a great name. You've been watching the new Loki series? I got the first episode out on Disney.
Yes, I watch it. It's fantastic. All right, Loki, so in case you just joined us and I saw we have another bump in viewership, welcome to Channel Reviews. We have gamified this. The way this is going to work is, as you just saw, people type in, everybody has a chance to type in a word that we say what the word is. The Streamyard giveaway tool will actually choose the winner. We pull their channel up and we use a spinny wheel that randomizes what we actually look at with your channel. If you get 3 wins or 3 strikes, you're either out or you move on to the next wheel spin that will be at the end of the stream, where you can win StreamYard merch or a StreamYard package or an upgrade with your package.
Lord knows I love me. I got him. We love us some StreamYard merch.
There we go. Loki's Bird. Spin the
This
wheel.
is what we call product placement, D. I'm practicing this.
Yeah. Shameless plug.
All right, so here's the channel, and we are going to do nothing.
Spin it.
We are going to let the wheel decide what
it.
we're looking at. Let's spin that wheel. Cards. So
let's
important. Cards. Cards pushing people towards another piece of content within the content that they're watching at that moment. If there is a card, I would see a white circle in the upper right, and I am not seeing one here, D. Unfortunately, I think that is the first strike. I know, no one likes to see that happen. Let's get back to that
Spin the
wheel
wheel.
and let that wheel decide what we're going to look at next.
While he's spinning the wheel, you'll probably notice that most of the things we're talking about actually involves getting the viewer to watch another piece of content. That is super, super important. Spin the wheel again.
This wheel has a mind of its own.
It does.
Come on now.
Oh. Somebody make us a new wheel, please.
Custom
All right.
thumbnails. Now, we talked about this earlier, D. You want to make sure that you have custom thumbnails that really represent what's going on in this piece of content at a glance, so the viewer sees it, might stop him in the scroll and go, oh, I'm interested in that. I want to watch. That seems like something I'd be very interested in. Let's see what his thumbnails look like. I got to tell you, Loki Episode 1 spoiler review, that is a good-looking thumbnail. Even has his face over it. And he even tells him it's a spoiler review, letting him know, hey, listen,
Yes, thank
if you don't want to get it spoiled, don't watch this review because we will give away what's happening in here.
Yep.
He's also got Rick and Morty in here, season trailer. Some of the text is a little tricky there, but that is the stuff they've been using on that series.
Right.
I'm seeing Star Wars, Filoni takes over. Yeah, boy, man, you got to love what he's been doing on these, everything he touches.
So,
Ground Zero,
he's
Bad
got the
Batch.
thumbnails. Let's give it to
I'd
him.
say that is a win right there. Really well
All right.
done.
Spin
I know
the wheel.
exactly what those are about.
Yep.
Spin that wheel.
What do we got?
Clear channel art. So what do we have? We have 2 wins right now. Clear channel art. If he got this right, he could move on to the final spin of the wheel at the end of the show. So let's take a look at your channel art and let's see, does this channel art quickly and easily represent the value proposition? Do I know what it's about? Does it make a lot of sense? Is it well optimized? D, I'm seeing things get cut off in the upper right. Wars, half of Marvel. The crop is weird. Loki's Burden, even the text is being cut off. Not only do I not know exactly what this channel's about, it's not well optimized for the different crop factors desktop, tablet, and mobile that people can watch your content on. So I'm going to have to give this a fail. That is a strike, the first strike of the day, my friend, but that's okay. You have 2 more chances to get it right, so let's spin that wheel and see what the wheel has to say.
Before Daniel spins the wheel, I want to say if you're doing that on your phone, and a lot of times when I see the crop being off like that, a lot of this is being made on your phone, go to Google, you can type in YouTube channel art template, you can download the template, and you can build on top of that. Then you upload the entire graphic up to YouTube to make sure that everything inside of your, here it is, Daniel's pulling it up right now, to make sure that everything there dead center, and they show that this is the mobile safe zone, this is the desktop safe zone, so on and so forth. Yep. And you'll upload the entire graphic to YouTube, and it makes sure that everything shows correctly on every device.
Yeah, and it'll also tell you the exact pixel size, 2560 by 1440, so you know exactly the full size you should be working with and how to crop them down. Perfectly easy to grab that, drop it into your project as a transparent layer, pull back the opacity, leave it on top of your other layers, and you can just keep moving things around to make sure they fall in those areas and everything's nice and well optimized. So, let's see, where are we at? Spin the wheel?
Spin it.
Spin the wheel.
He wins one more, he moves on.
Optimized titles. Let's take a look at the optimized titles. Do the titles quickly and adequately represent what the content's about and make it easy for the viewer to understand what they might be seeing if they click on this video. Loki Episode 1 spoiler review and theories. I think that's pretty straightforward. Yep. Rick and Morty Season 5 trailer breakdown. This is what I love about this. This title is truncated. See, it says and then it's ... But I already know before the truncation what this is about. He's chosen his words carefully so that even if the truncation doesn't kill it, I can still know that it's Rick and Morty Season 5 trailer breakdown. D, I don't have to look any further. I'm going to say this is a win.
He wins. And I just want to say that I did not know that there's another season of Rick and Morty getting ready to kick off. So I'm super excited about that. That's news to me.
That's awesome.
I love Rick and Morty. All right, moving on to the next channel.
So let's get the giveaway tool up so we can drop a word in.
Yeah, while I'm pulling it up, you want to let everybody know who just came in, what we're doing, and what the giveaway is all about. And
absolutely. So we have gamified our channel reviews today, and what it is we are using one of the Streamyard tools called the giveaway tool. D is going to type a word into the match text box. You don't have to rush. We're going to give you plenty of time. If you write exactly what he writes in the match text box into the chat, this tool will actually randomly pick someone from the chat who has typed that in. You only need to type it in once. Typing it more than once, it ignores the extra ones. So type it in once, it will pick a winner, and then we will allow the Wheel of Opportunity, that's what we're calling it now, to decide what it is we're going to be looking at on your channel. If you get 3 things that we look at right, you will move to the final round. If you get 3 strikes, you're out, and we're going to wish you luck getting back into there and fixing your channel. So the next time you come back, you'll have another shot at getting into the final round.
Okay, the word that you type in right now is review. Type in the word review, and then the StreamYard giveaway tool is going to randomize the winner, and we're going to pull your channel up. So I'll wait for the wall of reviews to come flying in. Daniel, get those drums ready. Are you ready?
I am ready, my friend. Are we going to give it a countdown? Did you type it in the chat?
Yep.
Let's do a draw.
Ready? Let's go. Who's it going to be this time? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
I'm so excited.
I love this tool. This is such a great tool. Lil Crafty
Nook.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Lil Crafty Nook's one of my channel members. She's
really?
Part of the community. Yeah. So it's great to get her pulled up. Hope she's been paying attention or I'm going to look bad. I hope you've been paying attention.
Yeah, represent, would you? Come on, we've got, so this, what the funny thing is here is doing it this way is we find out very quickly who's been paying attention to the things that we've been trying to tell people they might want to watch out for when they're trying to optimize and set up their channels for discovery and to perform well on the platform or not. So, guys, you're representing us here. Yes, I know.
Yeah,
exciting,
yes,
huh?
She says.
I have the channel. If you want to pull it over, we can take a peek real quickly. Here is the channel, Lil Crafty Nook. We're not going to do anything. We are going to let the wheel decide what to look at.
What are we looking at?
Optimized titles. Does this channel...
Don't make me look bad. Don't make me look bad here.
Let's go. Let's see. I'm going to grab the tool and let's see. So you only have 10 minutes sheet load of cards. Okay, I'm a little bit lost on what that is. I always try to give a little bit of credit here because clearly Dee and I are not crafters. We don't do any sort of, well, you know, Dee has been working on a scrapbook that I just can't wait till it's done because it's pretty awesome looking so far. But that's literally the limitation of the crafting we've been doing. So I'm trying to see if we can understand at a glance what these videos might be about. Sheetload of cards, October 2019, Jan 2020, sheetload of cards. So you only have 10 minutes, 10 on the 10th of Christmas. I got to be honest with you. I'm having a little trouble understanding at a glance. I really feel that titles should be able to explain to the vast majority of people what this video is about in the most simplest of terms so that it's specific, so that I can go, would I want to watch this or would I not want to watch this? If I don't know what it's about, then I automatically go with, I don't want to watch. Even if I was into some sort of crafting, don't always make your titles so inside that you have to know all of the lingo and language to even get it. Because a lot of times people out there who want to learn or want to find out about something have very little information. I always say that people with the least amount of information or knowledge are the ones who thirst for it the most. So make it simple for people to understand. This one's better. Mixed media Christmas cards, 10 on the 10th. I don't know. What do you think, Dee? I'm seeing a lot of redundancy and I'm having trouble understanding what these are about.
I hate to do that. I hate to do that
happen.
But this is something that we're going to have to work on with the channel membership here. We got to tackle your titles in the next.
We're not working hard enough, Dee. We gotta put in some more hours. So I don't know where we're gonna find them, but
spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel.
What do we have here?
Clear channel art. Does this channel art, is it clear? Is it easy to understand exactly what Little Crafty Nook is all about the minute you land on this? Dee, I'll let you run with this.
Hold on, I need to zoom in here. Little Crafty Nook, cleverly creative card making. I love that. It lets me know you're making cards. And what else does it say? Encouraging that spark in you. A little positivity on there. I love it. The part that speaks to me the most is cleverly creative card making. You've got some cards up there. You've got yourself up there. That works. That works.
I think it works. I would be the only thing I do like
Colors,
that see
maybe?
the crop. Colors are good. I can see like the painted background. It does fall within. I know on mobile that this would all be visible. I would be just a little careful about some of your color choices because shrunken down, some of this purple over some of these other colors might be a little tricky. It might blend. It might be a little tough to read it. But I'm not going to take away points. I'm going to say that this is pretty well optimized channel art. Whew. Whew. Man. Dee's more nervous than she is.
I am. I feel like I'm getting reviewed here too. We're both on the line here.
Oh, well, we already know that this clear channel. Let's spin that again. Clear value proposition. Now, this is a different thing. Value proposition is something that you should be able to, when anyone looks at your content, your channel art, your titles, your thumbnails, should understand three simple things pretty much at a glance. What the channel is about, niche, who the target audience is, what's the conversation, who are you trying to reach, what would be the interests of the people who would want to watch this content, and the third thing is, you know, the why. Why would they watch it over anything else they could potentially watch in any given watch session? So let's take a peek down. I'm gonna go to the videos tab here first of all, and I just want to see some of the thumbnails and things that are going on. Embellishments on the 11th, 10 on the 10th. So you only have 10 minutes. Those first ones I'm having trouble with. I can come down here, 5 cards, 1 kit, the beauty of summer. Now I start seeing images of cards. It clearly is cards, so she's talking about cards. Though I don't know exactly without, it says, reading the title, creating 5 unique cards from 1 kit. I like the way this works together. I do see the cards and I like the title there. So I would say in value proposition, I'm seeing cards, I'm seeing titles. Man, I am on the fence. Laid back and beautiful, club EP unboxing.
Well, we're not going over titles here. We're going over.
I'm looking at value proposition. I'm trying to look at the thumbnails. I'm trying to look at everything all together. I would say absolutely in the channel art, cleverly creative card making. I get the value in an instant. I go down. I start looking at the titles and the thumbnails. Are all things representing? I'm on the fence, Dee. I'm going to let you make the decision here.
This hurts.
Ooh, that's
That one
two.
hurts.
So
We
we've
need
got
clarity here.
2 strikes and we've got 1 win. So
Right. So in terms of clarity here, so you're telling people your channel's about cleverly creative card making. So all over your channel, in terms of your thumbnails, in terms of how you write your titles, how you put together your playlist, everything needs to represent that. You need to be able to speak very clearly, very directly to people who are interested in cleverly creative card making. And I'm just not seeing it. So,
And
a little bit here and there, but it's
here and there. I always say this, listen, if you're saying that your channel is about whatever your channel is about personally, but in this case it's cleverly creative card making. So it's all about card making. So I want to know, if I read a title or see a thumbnail, do I instantly know that this is all about how to make cards? So you have 10 minutes? I only have 10 minutes.
Doesn't speak to me.
It doesn't speak to me. And that might be something that is an ongoing stream thing that you're doing. But how I met my hashtag crafty goals, I just don't quite see the card making really jumping out in every one of these titles and thumbnails. So you're on the fence. I think you're moving in the right direction, but really think about how you can dial that in so that it's clear from the minute anyone views anything, they go, I totally get what this channel's about, from the thumbnail, the titles, the channel art, the playlist, everything. Let's spin that wheel.
Spin it.
Link in the description. Card making 10-minute ideas. There's a great suggestion from Sarah.
That's a great title.
Right? Because you understand at a glance what that is about. That's a great suggestion, Sarah. Thank you very much for that. So I'm sorry, I just lost. We were looking at link in the description. So let's actually pull up a video and let's scroll down. And do we have a link to another piece of content? This looks like other people. That's someone else. Subscribe. Please share. Scrapbook. There's all kinds of links, but boy, there is a watch next way down here.
You got that all backwards. Is that her?
Yep. Okay. I'm going to say this.
Flip all of this.
Flip this. When I have to scroll that far to find the link in the description that pushes me towards another piece of content, it's going to be very hard. So I'm going to say, technically, we were looking for a link in the description, and I'm going to say it's there, but I'm going to give you this one piece of advice. Get that up top. Get that above the fold, so anyone who's scrolling down sees it before they click show more, and it pushes them towards another piece of content, but it is there. So that is another win. We are at 2-2 with Lil Crafty Nook.
Yeah, we're going to spin the wheel one more time. And what you've done here is you've linked out to all these channels and you've given the viewer an opportunity to actually click off of your channel instead of clicking to go watch another one of your videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about the experience. How long is someone going to scroll through your description to read all this stuff and click it? What you really want to do is try to keep it simple so that if someone goes down, they can instantly go, here's another video I want to watch. There's already a subscribe button. Do you have to put, like another link to your own channel or anything like that? Just be intentional when you put these things together and keep it simple for the viewer. The description is a great place to do things like post a link to your social media accounts. If someone wanted to follow you, like, I wonder if they're on Instagram, that would be down there. And you can say, hey, if you want to follow me on Instagram as well, here's the link. But when it comes to YouTube, we really want to focus on getting those viewers to watch another piece of content. So let's spin that wheel one more time, D. 2-2.
Before we spin this, we just had a bump in viewership, so I want to say welcome. We are doing free channel reviews today. We're using the Streamyard giveaway tool. What he's showing on the screen right now is not it. We are going to show the giveaway tool here in just a moment, and it randomizes the winners, and then we pull their channels up, and we use the wheel to actually decide what we're going to look at on your channel. So this is free. It doesn't cost anything, so just sit tight. We are going to tell you the next word to type into the chat here in just a bit, and we can pull your channel up. Spin the wheel.
All right, spin it. Spin again.
Spin it. What do we have? That one didn't, no clicks on that one. Cards,
no clicks, didn't click? Huh?
Does she have cards?
Hey, listen, we need a better production assistant around here for these things.
Yeah. Does she have cards? Let's go.
Does this video, do they have cards? All right, now as I scroll up, Little Crafty Nook, if there were a card, I would see a little white dot in the upper right. I'm not seeing one on this video. Let me go over to another video. I'll give you another shot here. There is a card here. I do have a card there. Let me try one more time because
Explain what a card is and why they should use them.
A card is, it gives you the opportunity, by YouTube's best practices, they say that if you want to use cards, which I think you should put them in no sooner than 80% of the way through the video, not at the beginning, 80% or more through. And a card is if someone, if this will pop out at that point, you can assign where in the video it goes. And when someone's watching, if they hit that point in the video, maybe it's, 80% of the way in or more, if that card is there, it'll pop out and it'll make a recommendation about another piece of content they might be interested in. In this case, we've got Bourbon Creek Crafts. I'm going to tell you this. I'm on the fence. You're not using a card to push towards more of your content. You're pushing towards some other channel completely. And I'm going to call this one, I'm going to have to pull up another video because, I'm
striked out. That's a no-no.
Man, Dee's dropping the hammer.
I'm dropping the hammer. Little Crafty Nook, we got a lot of work to do in our next member stream. We've got to give this channel an overhaul, so make sure you're there on Sunday. I love you, and we're going to get your channel up to speed here.
When we talk about cards, people, using cards is great, but if you're trying to get your channel to grow faster, make sure you are pushing people towards another piece of your own relevant content. That's where you want to send them. Sending them to another channel doesn't really do a lot to help your channel grow more rapidly. You've done a great job. If they like your video, they go over to Bourbon Creek Crafts, and maybe Bourbon Creek Crafts goes, hey, I really thank you for helping me grow my channel. I've got a few views from you using cards in your videos and pushing towards mine. Do you explain to the people who are new here exactly what's going on with the giveaway tool?
Okay, so the way this works, this is the official Streamyard giveaway tool. If you are a Streamyard user, you can go to streamyard.com/giveaway. And this is a really cool tool. So you choose the stream that you're actually want to randomize things with, and you can type in a word, you can type in a hashtag, and then your audience will type in a word like this. The word that everyone needs to type in if they want to get a chance to get their channel pulled up is going to be Streamyard, who has kindly let us take over their channel today. So everyone type in the word Streamyard in the chat right now so you can see how this works. I'll give you just a moment here so everybody can type it in. And then the giveaway tool is going to randomize this and go through the chat and pull up one winner. Then we pull up their channel, give them a channel review.
Fantastic. All right.
This is a great tool. This is the first time I've used this, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's one of the things that we love about StreamYard is it makes doing things live so much easier because every single week they seem to come up with new enhanced tools that make the experience even better, not only for us as live streamers, but for the viewing audience who attend the stream. So shout out to StreamYard for making a product that gets better every week.
Yep. All right, let's collect them. You ready?
Let's do it.
Hit it. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
Carl's bearded banter.
Sorry, I'm trying. Cut off here.
Boy, if I type that into the search bar and there's another Carl's bearded banter something else, then I'm going to be shocked. But let's try this. Carl's, I'm going to see if I can find this.
Yeah, so just, while you're pulling them up, I want to say if there's anyone from StreamYard who happens to be in the chat right now, shrink the font here for the channel name, please.
Yeah.
That way the names don't get truncated. Yeah. I love everything else. Just shrink the actual font size down here at the bottom.
Folks, where else are you going to see a game show and a beta testing of new features all at the same time like this, huh? Okay, we do have it. This is Carl's bearded banter Sullivan.
Okay.
I wonder if that's his God-given name. Do you think his parents' name? He looks like a little Carl's bearded banter.
It might be. Spin that wheel. Let's see what we're going to look at.
Custom thumbnails. Does Carl's bearded banter have custom thumbnails that make it easy for the viewer to understand what the content's about and why they might want to watch that particular piece of content? Boy, I got to tell you, Carl, you might have a beard of doom in here, but I'm having a lot of trouble reading all this small text. This would not show up well on a mobile device. Here is a picture of you, but it doesn't do anything other than show your face again. I'm having trouble really understanding, if I just saw these thumbnails, why I would watch it. And a lot of them are identical, so I don't know if I've seen this one, if I saw that one, and this was served to me, I'd be like, they're so similar. I would think I'd already seen that particular video. So I'm going to say not there.
It's not there. And when it comes to your thumbnails, because you have very tiny text, it's yellow text on a beige background, there's not a lot of contrast there. So think in terms of contrasting colors to make sure that the text is actually going to pop off the thumbnail and be visible. And use thick, bold fonts, make them larger, make them easy to read, because the majority of the views these days are coming from a mobile device. So
that is strike one. We're sorry. No one likes to see that happen. I think that.
Spin the wheel.
I think we're all hurt when things like that happen.
Spin the wheel.
Optimized titles. So listen, when we talk about optimized titles, it's not much different than we're talking about, really great custom thumbnails. We want to know in a minute, reading that title, what the content's about. Are you using keywords in that title if you're doing tutorials type or utility type content that might help it be discovered in search, or at least allow the viewer who's interested in that discussion to understand this is what this video is about at a glance. Friday's Pints Not Pineapples beer tasting. Okay, live with restream, flat cap Fridays. I tell you, I'm having a lot of trouble. If I didn't know what this channel is about, Terror Tuesday, Tales from the West, Bearded Banter interview. D.
Well, yeah, so here's the thing. You want to write your titles in a way where people who don't know you, right? Because if people know you, they're already on board with your channel, they're your friends, they're your community members, it's okay for them. They understand, okay, hey, he's got a new video, let me go check it out, or he's going live, let me check it out. But to people who don't know you and you want to grow your channel, you need to come up with compelling titles or titles that do well with search traffic, where you teach them how to do something, but it needs to describe something to where people understand what's going on with the video. For example, it looks like you're doing beard soap. Right? So just as an example here, and I'm not saying you need to make this piece of content, but in terms of clarity, you could review the 5 best beard soaps. Like, that's a video title. So if somebody's interested in beard soap, they would see that you're reviewing the top 5 beard soap.
And in this situation where it says Gentleman's Sandalwood Beard Soap, that's a better title. At least I know it's about beard soap. I'm guessing that's probably maybe the product name, Gentleman's Sandalwood, perhaps, or it's Balbo Beard. You've got Balbo, so that's a better one. But all these other ones, Live with Restream, Sunday, I don't know what those are. And I'm sorry, my friend, I'm going to say that that's strike 2 for you. Oh, man.
Strike 2. Yeah, and the same thing with your title also applies there for live streams. So give people a reason to actually come into your live stream. Talk about, put something in your title that tells them what you're talking about today. Even if it's something as simple as subscriber Q&A. Or let's talk about beard oil. Let's talk about beard soap. Let's talk about beard grooming. Right? Like,
I'm a huge fan of that. Treating your content the same way, live or pre-recorded, edited content, try to think of it the same way. It's still, unless you're, such a well-known person that you're like, I'm live, and people go, oh my gosh, he's, if you were Will Smith or Jack Black, and it's like Jack Black live, the draw is there because I know who you are. I know if you're interested in Jack Black, he's already a commodity. He's a thing that people go, I want to watch that. But just saying Live with Restream, I'm kind of like, I don't get it. And I'm just not quite getting it yet. So we have currently, is that 1 strike or
that was
where
2?
We at?
That was 2 strikes.
Oh my gosh. This is a tough game.
It is.
Pinned comment. Let's pull open, let's see.
The pinned
something
comment.
that isn't live. I'm going to see if I've got something here that's not live.
Now, while Daniel's looking for that, the reason you want to pin a comment is to let people who are scrolling down to leave a comment or to read the comments. I love to read comments, even though I don't actually leave a lot of comments, but it gives all those people an opportunity to see you linking out to another video or playlist of yours. So if you have a video that's talking about beard oil, it would make sense to link out to another video about beard oil. What I like to do with mine, I like to say, watch next, right? I tell them what to do. Watch next, and I'll put a little colorful emoji there to get their attention. So emoji, watch next, and I link out to another video that's relevant to the one that they just watched.
Now, he does have a pinned comment, but the pinned comment says, this is a great soap, so watch and enter the competition to win a bar of Balbo beard soap. So you're telling people that to watch the very video that is above them already? Boy, the pinned comment's there. I'm going to give you one more shot because I'm on the fence because you did have a pinned comment, but I didn't think that that pinned comment did anything that the video wasn't already doing. They're already clicked on it. They're probably already watching. Why tell them below it, hey, please watch the video? I think you're wasting an opportunity to do something more with that particular spot. So let me find something else.
Yeah, I also want to say, another caveat to that, as I mentioned earlier, if your goal is to not grow a YouTube channel, then you don't need to link out there to another piece of content. If you're trying to generate leads, you're trying to get people into your funnel, you can link them out to a website or something there. But the thing is, this is prime real estate, and you don't want to miss out on prime real estate because this is a great place to get people to click to go do something else.
And speaking of that prime real estate, it looks like this real estate is currently vacant.
Oh, sorry, Carl.
All right, Carl. Hey, listen, we hope that these tips that we're giving you along the way help you realize areas in your own channel that potentially could use some improvement to help you grow your channel more rapidly. Okay, so there really are no losers today, well, except for Carl right there who just lost, which I feel terrible about.
Sorry,
but
Carl.
that happens sometimes. So, Dee, explain to people, we're going to drop a word in this match text. Explain to them how this works in case someone has just come in now.
Yeah, so the way this works, I'm going to give you a word. You type that word or series of words into the chat, and then this Streamyard giveaway tool. By the way, if you are a Streamyard user, you do have access to this tool. It's simply streamyard.com/giveaway. So the word we're going to use, we're going to use two words. We're going to use live streaming, and we're going to put them together. No separation between live streaming. So live streaming, just one long, continuous, garbled collection of letters there. So type in live streaming into the chat, and Streamyard is going to randomize a winner, and then we're going to pull that channel up.
Yeah, make sure you type it the way that Dee typed it, live streaming. Don't put any hyphens. If you spelled it wrong, go ahead and spell it again and drop it into the chat. We want to give everyone a chance to be a contestant on the show today. So just put live streaming, just like Parker put up right here.
Right, live streaming. All right, we're going to give you just a moment, then we're going to run the giveaway tool. It's going to randomize everybody typing in the word live streaming. Daniel, you ready?
Let's do this thing.
Hit the drums. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do it.
I'm trying to read the names as they go by. They're so fast.
Who do we have?
Alan DeLeon. Alan DeLeon. That's a great name. Boy.
It is. All right, Alan.
Sounds like royalty. Let me see if I can find that channel.
I'm curious to see what the channel is going to be about. Alan, so Daniel's going to pull your channel up right now. We are going to use the Wheel of Opportunity to figure out what it is exactly that we're going to look at on your channel.
Do you think it's Alan? I'm thinking like De Leon, like Ponce de Leon.
Yeah, it might
Ponce
be.
de Leon.
Might be.
Alan De Leon. I'm going to pronounce it that way, and you're just going to have to deal with me today, Alan.
De Leon.
All right, we have his channel right here, Alan De Leon, but I am not going to do a single thing because we are fortunate enough to have a wheel that tells us exactly what we're going to do. Let's spin that wheel.
Let's do it.
Right on the line, optimize playlist. Let's look at Alan's channel and see if he has playlists that are optimized well with names of the playlists and descriptions to support those titles so that people can understand exactly what they're about, why they would want to watch them. I'm looking here, I'm seeing uploads, popular uploads, past live streams. That's the only thing I'm seeing on the main channel. I am going to click on the playlist tab because maybe I'm missing something. YouTube training, step-by-step, random training videos, Salvio word egg. D, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call this one out and say, this is your first strike, my friend. These playlists are not optimized. That's we don't like to
spin the
see
wheel,
that.
moving on.
Let me see here. Wheel, and let's spin. Clear channel art. Does your channel art at a glance allow the people to understand exactly what this channel is about, who the target audience is, and why they should watch? Dee, take a look and tell me what you think.
For the channel art, let me zoom in here. So let's see, Alan De Leon, Alan Online. Don't forget to subscribe, new videos every week. Technology, video, entrepreneurship, social media branding, YouTube growth. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say, I think your channel art actually graphically looks good, but there are a couple things going on that I think are cluttering things. For example, you do not need to put the YouTube icon on there. They know they're on YouTube. You don't need to put new videos every week. You don't need to say, don't forget to subscribe with a finger that is telling people to click that graphic when instead they want to click the real button underneath it. So you're definitely adding some confusion there. I would actually remove both of those. If you're going to put the don't forget to subscribe, I would just have an arrow pointing down to the actual subscribe button. The most important thing there is technology, video, entrepreneurship, social media branding, YouTube growth. You're telling people what your channel is about, but man, there's a lot going on here. There's a whole lot going on here. I feel like you're probably going to be able to grow a lot faster if you can streamline this and focus in maybe on YouTube growth and social media or entrepreneurship, but obviously video, right? They're watching video. So I would think I mean, it looks.
I'm going to make the call here. I think the art looks great.
Good.
I think you're good, but you've got to just put a comb through this so it makes sense at a glance what this is about, so the viewer can immediately get it. Not just look good; it has to have good messaging in there. So I'm going to have to give you strike 2 on this one. I know, boy. You know, I'm just not a nice guy.
I hate giving you the strike on that one. The clarity, lack of clarity.
Yeah.
It looks
all right.
good,
Listen.
though.
But I think you clearly can make great art, so just spend a little time making it super clear that it's for the viewer. Always put the viewer first. Make sure that what you put up there, the viewer sees it and they understand. Don't just keep selling yourself, because they may not know who you are, so you have to show them why they would want to watch. Cards, the all-important cards. One of the ways that you can push people towards another piece of content is by using cards in your content.
Hey,
I'm going to see if I can. Yes.
Why is it important to push people to another piece of content, be it using a card, an end screen, a link in the description, or a pinned comment? Break that down. Let everybody know why this is actually important.
Yeah, so listen, this is the thing that you want to pay attention to. YouTube recommends content based upon 2 things, relevance and performance. So they're looking at, what is this content about? Is it clear? Can people understand what it is? Is it relevant to certain conversations? And how well that content performs. So the best way to get your channel to start really growing and content to performing better is be your own best salesperson. When someone's watching one video, recommend another piece of content. And you can do that in 4 places in any given video: cards, end screens, pinned comment, and link in the description, preferably above the fold or above the show more. If you use these features, you will become your own best salesman that can create a view funnel and push people always towards another piece of content. So leaving these things out is just at your own peril. It's a good spot to try to get more engagement, more viewership, and get people to see more of your own content, because YouTube's going to serve them something else regardless. They're going to put something in suggested or in the up next. You need to get ahead of that curve and say, hey, if you like what you're seeing here, I've got some other content, and show these different places where check this one out too. If you like this one, check this one out. So let me pull up a video. I'm going to try to find something that is not a live stream.
Okay.
And see if they have a card. I am not seeing a white dot in the upper right corner that would indicate a card on this. So I'm going to have to say, that's another strike, my friend. That's strike 2. Or 3?
That's 3.
Is that 3? Oh my gosh, man.
That is 3.
Well, I just I feel terrible.
All right, so let's take all the winners now, and let's see who's going to either get merch or get an upgrade or get a Streamyard package.
Yeah.
Let's pull them all up, and this is going to depend on where you are at in the world.
Yeah, let me pull some information together here with the help of my production assistant. Hey, listen, we want to talk to you guys today about some other things that are happening later on in the day on some of the other channels. Nick Nimmin will be live streaming very shortly, and if you want to learn more about how to grow a YouTube channel, you definitely want to tune into Nick's channel because he does fantastic live streams that really teach you some of the things you need to know about growing a channel. And the other thing that's happening later on in the day is that our friends, both of them, Mr. Roberto Blake and our other friend, Mr. Daryl Eves, are going to be live on Roberto's channel, and they're going to be talking about YouTube growth as well. So it's a fun-packed day.
It's a busy day.
All kinds of stuff. Okay, so listen, let me populate this list here. Let me add these choices. When we're finished,
I'm
learning on the go.
When we do wrap up here, I'm going to drop a link in the chat to Nick's channel. He's always over there giving tons of information on tips and tricks and how you can grow your channel. So we'll link out to that as soon as we're finished here.
Okay, so Dee, I think we have the final wheel populated and ready to go. Our 4 winners today were American English with this guy, Mr. Beanie Draws, DZ Studios, and Loki's Burden. Right? So those are our 3. We are going to click, and the wheel is going to decide who today's grand prize winner is. Now listen. If you win today, what I want you to do is drop your email address into the chat so that one of our moderators can grab it, and we will contact you, letting you know the prizes that are available to you based on your region, and we'll make sure we get you hooked up. So is that enough drama? Can we get this thing? Can we get really excited here and do this thing? Let's do it.
Spin it.
Today's winner is American English with this guy. That is fantastic. Congratulations to American English with this guy. That is, I just love the idea of having this many winners. So do us all a favor and let's make sure you put your email address into the chat so that we can grab it and we can get you connected and hooked up with some cool merch or upgrades based upon your region and what we can do with you.
I love it. Congratulations, and thanks for hanging out with us today. As I said before, Nick Nimmin is live, and he is going to be giving tons of value right now on
we have to raid him.
Your YouTube channel. We need to raid. We need to raid Nick, but here's the thing. We are going to drop a link in the chat to his channel, but we're going to run some end credits here that some of you might want to watch as well. So here's a link to Nick's channel, and when you go in there, just type in the words DD. Let them know that you came from Dee and Daniel.
There you go. Awesome. Right. So, Dee, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody who participated and played along today. We do this every month, so make sure that you are subscribed to the Streamyard channel. Thank you again to Streamyard for letting us do this kind of stuff on their channel. And if you are not using Streamyard to live stream, you definitely need to use the links we provided below to sign up for free and start live streaming like we're doing today.
Yes, and we are doing this the second Saturday of every month here on the Streamyard channel. Daniel, thank you, and everybody else, we will see you next month, second Saturday of every month.